before 25, most of the time you're doing sports and you're schooling. It's easier to be a student athlete because schools, schools can be quite a bit more lenient to help you achieve. So far, I've seen athletes like yourself, some of your friends as well, who were in good schools, NTU, SMU, and still doing your sports and doing SEAGAMES. But once we finish that whole school, like post-school, how difficult you think it is for athletes to maintain a full-time job?
Yeah, I think it's very hard.
Right.
Like, you would have to find a place where firstly they're flexible enough to let you train, and the hours are not crazy. So
the working hours.
Yeah,
right?
the working hours.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's super. Like, I experienced it like sort of when I was doing my internship.
Okay.
Where, you work like the entire day and it's in audit lah. So it was hard because the hours are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then I would still have to leave to go and train after that, which is super tiring, and then just go to work the next day.
Right.
So yeah, I would say student life like a lot easier because a lot more flexible lah. Like, you can schedule your classes when you want.
Correct.
So that you can train at the time that you want.
Right.
And then everything else just follows that timetable.
Fits into the puzzle.
Yeah,
and
like you can
right?
just fit everything into a day, like if you're capable of doing that. But then for work, it's like you cannot.
How was it during your internship and training? Were you like in the middle of competition?
I was. So I managed to get a good internship structure where they let me have like a no paid leave kind of thing.
Okay.
So I mean, it was fine. Like I was really grateful for that. But it's just during the work itself, like you don't really have time for anything else.
Right.
You really just work, train.
It wasn't optimum, is it? The training level that
definitely
you were
not. Like, cause I mean, it was new to me. I was still getting used to it, and I only had a few months to get used to it. So maybe not long enough. But like it's hard.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
It sounds really hard because
for that kind of jobs lah, like those that
corporate jobs
really work require longer hours than usual.
You usually train twice a day.
That's the goal lah. If the what else I'm doing like permits me to train twice a day.
Ideally, you should be training twice a day, right?
Yeah.
So once you graduate, that should be very hard to attain, right?
It will, yeah. So once I start finding a job and like start working, then it will be difficult. Yeah.
So how do athletes now, like in your athletics setup, right, who are probably your seniors, right? How are they still competing and working?
I mean, first of all, definitely depends on the job, like I said. And then
like, are they getting jobs within sports council? What is it called? Is it called Sports Council?
Sports Singapore.
Sports Singapore.
Yeah, so some do. Like, okay, maybe for athletics, like some get jobs in like the sports sector, like whether it's the government body or like in schools or as coaches and stuff like that. If not, if it's like corporate jobs, then they would really just find whatever time they can to come down and train.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's if they really want to continue pursuing it lah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of passion involved in that.
Yeah, it is. And like, you can't be driven by monetary success.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's really pure like passion, I feel.